Bonsoir, good night, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome here to Lausanne. En vos noms et fonctions respectives, je vous souhaite une très cordiale bienvenue ici, en Suisse romande, pour cette nouvelle cérémonie de remise de prix organisée par Venture. I'm Olivier Dominique, journalist at RTS, working for the Swiss National TV, the French-speaking part, based in the Romandie. The nicest, the loveliest, the beautifulest, in other words, the best part of Switzerland. Und, wie geht's der Deutschschweizer? Geht's gut? Ça va mieux chez les Romands, je crois, hein? Ich hoffe, Sie sind gut installiert. Ich hoffe, ihr habt eine gute Reise gehabt und sind parat für diese Venture Award Ceremony. Launched in 1997, Venture has been fostering winning business ideas for over 25 years. Venture alumni found over 1,500 companies and created more than 15,000 jobs. Tonight, Lausanne is hosting the Excellence of Innovation, covering all Switzerland, from north, le Jura, to south, il Ticino, from west, Geneva, to east, Appenzell Ausserrhoden. Tonight, we will celebrate success of 336 startups, developing today the needs of tomorrow. I'm really very excited, and it's every year the same, to meet all these inspiring people who are trying to make the world simpler, more efficient, and perhaps a little better with their very own ideas. This year, Venture took a new dimension of innovation, integrating NPO in this 2022 award ceremony. NPO, en français, NPO, c'est ne pas oublier. Indeed, we shouldn't forget NPOs. They are such an important force in tackling today's problems that we wanted also to celebrate their remarkable contributions. So tonight, 2 tracks, 2 audience awards, and last but not least, the icing on the cake, la crème de la crème, the grand prize. Who will succeed to Enerdrape? Who was in Zurich last year? Raise your hand, please. Do you remember Enerdrape? No? Yes. Sorry. I was afraid. They won the grand prize, 150,000 Swiss francs in cash and business consulting package from McKinsey Company. Who will be the 2023 grand prize winner? We will see that at the end of this ceremony. Venture, the Switzerland's leading startup competition, is taking place tonight at the heart of EPFL, where innovation and entrepreneurship form part of its DNA. So let's start the evening with the man who is our host, facing quite a lot of crucial challenges after the breakdown of negotiations with the EU, the exclusion of Europe Horizon, but relentlessly supporting lifelong learning to enable innovation. It's my pleasure to welcome on stage the president of EPFL, Professeur Martin Vetterli. S'il vous plaît.
Merci beaucoup.
Bienvenue chez vous.
Great. Ladies and gentlemen, dear Venture participants, we are really here for the participants and not for the apéros, even though we are in Suisse romande. So it's fantastic to see you here and to welcome you to Venture, Switzerland's leading early stage competition. And it's great to see you after 5 years at EPFL. For some reason, Venture wasn't here for 5 years. I don't quite know why. Well, there is an excuse. There were a couple of years of COVID, I guess. It's also great to see a lot of deep tech companies. We go to different competitions like this, and I think the one that Venture has always been about is to take science, engineering, innovation in life sciences and so on to the next level by taking these fundamental advances and making companies, products, and really having impact on the real world. So it has been 25 years since Venture was started. It's co-organized by my friends at ETH Zurich. Anybody from ETH here? Where is Joël Mezzo? Joël, when we need you, you're not here. So Okay, so sorry, more seriously, organized by ETH Zurich, McKinsey and Company, Knecht Holding, InnoSwiss, and EPFL. Good. So it's a very important platform. It's probably the best platform for deep tech companies to have access to mentorship, to venture cap, to networking, and to show us the great innovations that they are all about. And as was mentioned, there have been many, many such startups over the course of the 25 years. 1,500 startups. Alumni from this startup competition have generated these companies, have generated new jobs. And there are a number I could mention. My favorite company that was actually a winner, I think it's 1998. No, no, of course not. It was the guys that won. It's Sensirion. Okay, so Sensirion, I don't know if the founders are here. I just saw them last week. This is a typical example from basic physics research to a super successful international company developing sensors. Sensirion, if you don't know them, look them up. It's an ETH startup, so I can also point out that this works extremely well at ETH. Enerdrape was mentioned. It's last year's startup. There are a number of other ones we could mention all across the field, I would say, from life sciences to medtech, to ICT, of course, to hardcore engineering, like Enerdrape, for example, or robotics companies like Twice, that is a startup, I think, from EPFL, that develops exoskeletons. And therefore, it's a great pleasure to have you here for this awards ceremony, because startups are part of EPFL's DNA. Our innovation park, some of you visited, I think, the innovation park earlier today. The innovation park is, I think, 37 years old at EPFL. That was, long before some other places created innovation parks. This is part of the campus. It's right here on campus. It's part of what makes EPFL, I think, a very attractive location. Okay, then Western Switzerland was mentioned. I think out of the 18 companies we see tonight that were winners at the last stage, 8 come from Western Switzerland. It shows that there is a lot going on in Western Switzerland, be it in Geneva, here in Canton de Vaud, or in Jura, as was mentioned. Something that I also like a lot, and is an innovation this year, speaking of innovation, is after a long wait, I have to say, we now have a category which is called non-profit organizations, NPOs. And of course, I'm very interested to see who gets the prize for non-profit organization. I think the whole field of social innovation has been a little bit overlooked, not just by venture, but in general, in the general innovation space in Switzerland and worldwide. And I think social innovation is just as important as deep tech innovations. So as president of EPFL, training scientists, engineers, architects, it's very important that we bring this ethical and sustainability dimension, not just to the NPOs, but actually to all the startups we looked at. So each of the startup had, at least one question to be answered related to, okay, is that business sustainable? What is the impact on the environment? How are you meeting more global challenges than just, deriving yet another fancy app on a mobile phone? So I'm particularly happy that a number of startups are in this space as well. And so with this, I would like to conclude. And I hope you enjoy this award ceremony. We are going to discover the top 3 winners from each industry vertical. It's organized through verticals. You saw this in the information you got. So the business track, health and nutrition, ICT, industrial engineering, hardware, retail and customer services, and finally, finance and insurance. But as I said, I'm most curious, besides the grand prize winner, to see how the NPOs have fared in this competition. And with this, I would like to thank you for your attention and wish you an excellent evening. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Wetterli. We will see you again at the end for awarding the grand prize and the winner of this ceremony. More than 25 years. You told about it, Martin Wetterli. You talked about Sensirion, one of the winners. You remember maybe Molecular Partners, HQ, Sophia Genetics, Cutis, Tibits, and we can name a lot of those startups. They were early stage startups, and now they have grown and they do a very impressive business. It's time for me to welcome on stage the chairman of Venture Foundation, Ulrich Jakob Lohse. Uli, the floor is yours. Ladies and gentlemen.
Now, bonsoir Lausanne, bonsoir à tous. Thank you very much for this warm welcome, Martin. We very much enjoy being in your house again tonight after a few years of absence. I cannot provide an excuse, but an explanation why this happened. But we can do that afterwards. And what Martin fatally forget to mention that in Venture 98, the first edition, he won the second prize with his team. The team, if I remember correctly, was called Razorfish, Dartfish. And you might have seen the Lauberhornrennen in earlier times, but that was history. So, does inflation kill innovation? I heard recently from a couple of startup companies that they are struggling to secure funding. Also, 2022 was another record year for Swiss venture capital, with almost 4 billion Swiss francs invested in startups. The first half of 2023 appears to present greater challenges here in Switzerland, but also around the world. It is, therefore, an even greater pleasure to welcome you tonight to our award ceremony. Rest assured, Venture is fully committed to supporting you and your young company. We do this because we value you, of course, but also because our country needs you. The past 12 months have shown that no company has a guaranteed license to survive, not even 160-year-old Swiss banks. To sustain our level of wealth, we constantly need to reinvent ourselves by innovation and productivity increase. This principle applies not only to us, but also to venture itself. It couldn't be more fitting that we are here in Lausanne tonight to celebrate the first edition of, Martin fatally mentioned that, our not-for-profit track, just a stone's throw away from the Worldwide Fund's international headquarters. The WWF is one of the largest, successful and renowned non-profit organizations in the world. It was co-founded by Luc Hoffmann, maybe we see him, yes, on the left-hand side, who happens to be the father of the vice chairman of the Venture Foundation, André Hoffmann. So I'm very excited to present to you our selection of organizations that intend to change the world for the better. With 46 submissions in the non-profit category, our jury got spoiled for choice, and we are very happy with the traction of our new track. Earlier, I mentioned some of the looming darker clouds for startups. Seeing these on the horizon, I'm even more grateful to be able to announce that the support for our competition is stronger than ever. Our competition now has a record number of 44 sponsors, and I would like to extend a special warm welcome to companies that newly joined us for the 2023 edition, namely Banque Cantonale de Genève, Belimo, Dormakaba, Georg Fischer, Landis & Kyr, Maxon, and Mublox. And of course, not to forget the non-for-profit advisory board institutions, namely Elea Foundation, Larsen Rosenquist Family Foundation, Swiss Contacts, Verein Sport Aggregation, and of course the WWF Fund. What's unique here at Venture is that the most senior leadership of our sponsor companies form our advisory board, in front of which our winners pitched this afternoon. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for our winners, and I would like to thank our advisory board members for their time and dedication. In addition to our sponsors, I would like to express my gratitude to everyone else who contributes to Venture's success. First and foremost, our co-organizers, ETH Zurich, McKinsey & Company, Knecht Holding, InnoSwiss, and EPFL. The long-standing commitment and collaboration have been invaluable. Of course, the competition would not be possible without the support of all our mentors and jurors who generously provide feedback and advice to our participants. I'd also like to thank the entire Venture team led by Lea Firmin for organizing another successful round of the competition and today's fantastic event. Lea, representing the entire team, deserves a special applause. Finally, I want to express my gratitude to my esteemed colleagues on the Venture Board, André Hoffmann, André Kudelski, Doris Leuthard, Joël Meusot, Martin Vetterli, Marco Ziegler, and of course our honorary chairman, Thomas Knecht. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. Now let's hand over the stage for our winning teams. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So for this 2023 edition, there were 336 submissions accepted, coming from all around Switzerland. All these startups were aiming to be among the 18 winners in the competition. We have 5 verticals for the business track, and this year, as it was said, we have a non-profit organization track. Let me explain you quickly how it works. For all the tracks, the winners are selected as follows: 10 finalists selected by an online jury. Finalists pitch live to a second jury, 3 winners selected. These 3 winners pitched this afternoon in front of the advisory board members, who ranked them into first, second, and third position. And for the 5 business track winners, the competition continues. The first ranked winner for all the 5 verticals that you can see here are in front of the advisory board a second time, a second pitch, to try to win the grand prize, which is worth 150,000 Swiss francs. And when we think that, and it was said before, that NPOs are very important in tackling today's problems. They have to build innovation solutions, innovative approaches. Many of their challenges are similar to business track startups: set up an organization, target the market audience, face legal challenges, face finance challenges. There are a lot of similarities with unwavering dedication to address humanity's most urgent challenges. And protecting people's life is one among them too. It's also very important to do that, especially nowadays, as what is happening in Ukraine, for example, but not only. And it's an honor for us to welcome the former president of ICRC. He is our guest speaker tonight. Please welcome Peter Maurer.
Merci beaucoup.
Bienvenue.
Merci. Well, dear venturers, dear venture team, ladies and gentlemen, colleagues and friends, I'm glad to be here for the first time as a member of the advisory board, but also to inaugurate the non-profit organization track that I have assisted to this afternoon. Why is the creation of an NPO track so important? It's because our public debate on economic development is often characterized by strong silo thinking and divisive concepts. You are either a market-driven entrepreneur or a non-profit organization head fundraising to spend, or you are an academic with only sketchy connections to the so-called reality. That's how the debate is going sometimes in Switzerland. All present here tonight know that such silo thinking and conceptual divisions are fundamentally unhelpful fiction, and that problems and solutions need different combinations of actors, economic, academic, and civil society. They need entrepreneurship beyond business operations, innovation, capital, skills, solid return investment and impact calculation, risk-taking and de-risking, sustainability considerations, and of course, multiple financial instruments. Social entrepreneurship, impact investment, impact ventures are promising signs that today's thinking gets more in sync with the complexities of our times. Over the past decades, with the opportunity of looking at the working in hyper-fragile context dominated by violence, wars, underdevelopment, corruption, poor governance, and lack of adequate services to people, I was at the same time struck by the entrepreneurship of the bottom 2 billion. Amidst massive displacement, chaotic violence, and often in the middle of nowhere, you see small businesses emerging, enterprises going to market, capital accumulated. Food stores and barbershop first, then spare parts traders, and what we often forget, a surprising number of innovative businesses, adapted and innovative technologies, young people first and foremost, finding solutions to basic needs like water, health, energy, and education. Unfortunately, many of these enterprises in frontier markets and at the front lines of the most acute societal struggles are insufficiently supported, unsustainable because of the lack of capital, management tools, or business know-how, under constant threat of criminals and mafia-type structures in their countries, exposed to massive societal pressure, lacking the security environment sustainable business is needing. Surviving as a business in such an environment is proof of what I call super resilience. Being aware that our societies and economies here in the Northern Hemisphere relate to these realities economically, politically, and through the ethics of global citizenship is critical to how we define the purpose of ventures, for profit or non-for-profit alike. Yes, we are each of us in our world with our constraints and interests, but I would make a point that a culture of indifference is not an option. Ventures must offer a perspective of greater economic inclusion here in Switzerland and globally. Colleagues, on the famous day after disasters, violent eruptions, or security breakdowns, I have seen dependencies establish, the aid logic becoming prevalent, and grants and traditional philanthropy as the only tools available often for decades. Not that there is anything wrong with aid in critical and complex circumstances, and more is needed given the complex disruptions which we are facing today. Yet, life-saving and stabilization action, as important as it is in so many places, is too often rapidly degenerating into long-term protracted aid systems where needs are not anymore soberly assessed with local populations and communities, but are the reflection of system logic and power rationale. To the contrary, aid well designed can be a formidable launchpad for private investment, market creations, and the development of self-reliant societies. My vision of the Red Cross movement and the ICRC has always been one of an operator responding to emergencies and facilitating the way from dependency on aid to self-reliant income generation for families and communities. Helping to manage the critical transition needs first and foremost innovation, entrepreneurship, and capital to support these processes. Today, and too often, tools are not available at the right time and place in the right quantity to support innovative local responses. Global and local power structures are suffocating what Amartya Sen so ably described as development as freedom. To the contrary, calls to focusing on core mandates, in complex environment give the illusion of clarity when there is none, and they most often satisfy bureaucratic logic instead of responding to what is needed in specific contexts. What always struck me in frontier markets and fragile contexts is that the cost of capital is much higher than in advanced economies. Poverty is expensive, wealth is cheap. Global developments accentuate the problem. Insecurity, volatility, unforeseeability, complexities, and increased polarization of societies and countries have shown disquieting trends. The inequality indicators point in the wrong direction for more than 15 years now, particularly in the global south. Migrants and refugees are at record numbers. People living outside of state control peak. The famous bottom 2 billion of disenfranchised poor and the 800 million slum dwellers are a political and ethical scandal, and at the same time a major long-term security threat to our own well-being, prosperity, and eventually survival. Prejudice and stigma come with poverty and exclusion in highly developed societies, including here in Switzerland. Such contexts count as risky, corrupt, violent, unable to fulfill basic conditions to develop a business with reasonable return on investment. Not investable is the quick and easy judgment of many economic operators. This is particularly odd, considering, just to take one example, that the African continent has one of the lowest rates of credit failures, while at the same time we throw billions in the air to cope with mistakes of seemingly competent and sophisticated banking institutions. My point today and here with you is that any effort to deconstructing wrong clusters of ideas and considerations, how best to combine innovation, entrepreneurship, capital markets, and impact are immensely welcome. And while a competition as such is not a panacea for solving all problems of the world, it offers important insights. It's a great incubator of closer multi-stakeholder cooperation with economic, scientific, and larger civil society participation. It's difficult to imagine progress on the SDGs at large if we continue to over-rely on aid systems and under-attend market access, innovation, entrepreneurship, and investments for excluded populations. We need recognition, therefore, that an important element of innovation is often in the combination of existing tools and an alignment of different instruments in a value chain for impact. I think about impact philanthropy, grant-making spent to de-risk or open a pathway for investment and stronger entrepreneurship, for impact investment demonstrating how capital return and social goods can be combined, technical innovation and digital transformation leveraged, and new forms of cooperation and products introduced, criteria for impact measurement developed, mentoring, capacity building, education and training capacities expanded so that innovative practices can more sustainably survive. In all this, what is so critical for the new NPO track, or whatever the denomination will be, of the venture initiative is that innovations are not just designed as technical fixes to problems, but are developed iteratively with populations and authorities concerned. The best product has little value if customers are not buying it. The best innovation has no value if communities at front lines of problems don't embrace it. Finally, let me add a Swiss perspective to my comments. In a moment of insecurity and identity concern of many Swiss themselves on how to position their country in international relations, growing skepticism about our traditional narratives is widespread. This is a good moment for the Swiss economic, scientific, and civil society operators to push for the creation of a global public goods through innovation and economic developments. It strikes me how much today's event, in spirit and facts, transcends an often backward-looking, identitarian political environment, which dominates too often the public conversations here in this country. It's good that venture competition helps in shifting the discussion from who we are to what we do and should do. Today, we should certainly all recognize that we are not there yet. Do we incentivize the right things? Do we operate adequate to problems? Looking at the criteria under which today's NPO have been assessed, I'm confident that the venture competition is on the right path. Impact, innovation, team spirit, implementation planning, and sustainable finance are key criteria to win a competition and at the same time to address a deeply divided and dysfunctional world. These criteria indicate the way to go and the right issues to connect us, not only to be a winner of the day, but to be collectively winners tout court. Thank you very much.
Merci.
Merci.
Merci beaucoup. Attention. Thank you, Peter Maurer. We can officially start now with the first winners of this ceremony. I can ask people who are staying in the back of this ceremony Saul, you can come further in front. There are quite some empty seats here in the middle. Please do not hesitate. Otherwise, you don't need to go to the fitness tonight. We will start with the NPO track, kicking off this NPO ceremony, the newborn track in this award ceremony. The teams, 3 teams, are already 3 winners. They pitched this afternoon in front of the advisory board members, and they ranked them to winner 1, 2, and 3rd. To understand who they are, how they work, and what they do, let's have a look at this video.
My name is Smita Sachdev-Grutte, and I'm the founder at Hemlata. Many young women from historically marginalized communities are deprived of lives of dignity and self-worth, mainly due to a lack of opportunities. At Hemlata, my team and I are working to unlock the potential for these young women through intervention, education, and empowerment. Hemlata scholars are redefining themselves as role models, transforming their communities and inspiring social change. In a nutshell, this is what we do at Hemlata. We touch lives, we change lives, and we transform lives.
At Openversum, we're dedicated to making safe water technology available to all through local entrepreneurship. We first designed a drinking water filter that is equipped with a novel membrane technology. It's low cost, highly efficient, and uses no energy.
Then we provide a business in a box, including a digital platform to women entrepreneurs that allows them to make, distribute, and maintain drinking water filters within their community.
At Openversum, we're not only creating jobs, we're protecting the environment and improving millions of lives with safe and clean drinking water.
Hi, my name is Kudu Mashambi and I represent Adair Academy. So at Adair Academy, our mission is to unlock 1 million African software developers and technologists and release their skills into the global market. We do this primarily via our partnership with the EPFL Extension School, where we can deploy remote and online training in Africa, such that someone can come up with an EPFL diploma in, for example, data science. Then we partner with Swiss corporates who need this talent, and we help them build remote teams via this new African talent that comes onto the marketplace. Thank you so much.
And for this first award, it's my pleasure to welcome on stage Thomas Velacotte, CEO of WWF Switzerland. Please. You have the envelope?
I have a envelope, yes.
I hope it's the right one.
I hope so too. Can I just first say a big thank you to Venture for launching this track? If we are to successfully navigate the transition to sustainability, then we need innovation on the scale of the Industrial Revolution. And to get there, we need the non-profit and the profit world to work together like they have never worked before. And so I'm really happy that in the for-profit tracks, you consider sustainability and that you've now added a not-for-profit track to that as well. So thank you, Venture. Merci de ne pas avoir oublié les ONG.
Nous ne les oublions pas, comme on dit en français.
Merci.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Ready?
And the winner, first prize of the NPO track is Open Versum.
Before saying some words, I would like to congratulate the two others NPOs, and they have also the right to have a big applause with Adair Academy and Emlata, please. Just before, what did you like? What did the jury like the most with Open Versum?
What didn't we like?
No, what you liked.
Yes, we liked the fact that it's addressing a massive, massive problem, which is access to clean drinking water. We liked the fact that there's an exciting, innovative product being developed, but we particularly liked the way they go about creating value in the countries, listening to the people and their needs, and building entrepreneurial ecosystems in the societies they serve.
How was this experience pitching in front of the AB members?
I think I've never had such fantastic and targeted questions. I could see that I was really in front of experts in the field. And I mean, it was actually super interesting. Even just hearing your speech just before, I'd like to actually have it so I can just repeat it. You know, it's a fantastic experience.
What link do you make between the climate change and the safe water?
The climate change, I would say, is actually a climate crisis. So it's not only affecting quantity, but also quality. And we need, you know, local solutions that are mobile, that can be owned by communities locally so that we can actually build resilient communities.
Why do you think women have a key role to play?
You know, women are the most affected by the water issues. They're usually the water manager at home, and they just lose tremendous amounts of time taking care of this solution, of this issue. And that's also why they can be part of the solution.
It's one part of the solution, and then you have to think it globally as a part of the solution.
Yeah, exactly. You need, what I like to think about is that you need local solutions that can be globalized and adapted easily to each different context. And women we're great at adapting, you know.
You are great at everything anyway. Laura Stocco, you are co-founder of Open Versum, ladies and gentlemen, winner of this NPO track. Bravo. Félicitations. Merci. Let's know now about the NPO Audience Award. And for this award, I need you to grab your phone, please, ladies and gentlemen. Take your phone. Just have a look if it's on silent mode. It's easier for everybody. Because for this award, Non-Profit Track Audience Award, you will have the opportunity to vote. 60 seconds to vote. So you have to be fast, very fast. But before that, we will discover, just take your phone. You are ready, I see that. It's very good news. But first of that, to be able to choose, you have to know who the people are. So let's discover the 3 winners of this NPO 2022 Audience Award with this video.
There are solutions to today's challenges. The Venture competition rewards the most innovative projects, and today it's your turn to vote for the Audience Award. For the first time this year, 3 non-profit organizations compete to win 2,000 francs. Open Versum, a filter to make water drinkable. Project Canopy, satellite imagery to prevent deforestation in the Congo. Girls Code 2, workshops to introduce girls to IT. vote for one of these non-profit organizations. The winner will get 2,000 francs. Go to venture.ch/vote.
And you can ask yourself, why is OpenVersum there? Because there was a delay of timing in between choosing the audience award and choosing the winners of the NPO track. So now you can take your phone, whatever phone it is. You will have a QR code. And as soon as you have the QR code, you have now 60 seconds to vote. Are you ready? Yes? Now you have 60 seconds from here. You just have to scan the QR code, and when you scan the QR code, you then enter to a field where you can choose in between the 3 candidates: OpenVersum, Project Canopy, Girls Code 2. Now it started, 55 seconds. You just need to choose one of the 3. If you already voted with your iPhone, it might not work because you cannot vote several times. But you need to enter your name, last name, and then an email address, and that's enough. And you have to vote because they are very, 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 very close before the beginning of this award ceremony. 3 candidates: OpenVersum, a filter to make water drinkable. You see her on the stage a few minutes ago. Project Canopy, satellite imagery to prevent deforestation in Congo. And Girls Code 2, workshops to introduce girls to IT. You have 15 seconds still to vote. You enter just an email address, and who will receive these 2,000 francs? You have a couple of seconds now to vote. It's now finished, just time for us to aggregate all the votes. It's my pleasure to welcome on stage Anina Largo. She is president at Sportcreation. Welcome on stage, Anina. You will receive, Anina, in a couple of seconds, the envelope. It will come from behind the scene. Bonsoir. I give you the mic? You want me to take the mic?
You can hold it.
I will hold it. Bonsoir.
Bonsoir.
Every language you told me, but not French.
Yeah, exactly.
You should come more often.
Otherwise, I'm off.
No. Tout va bien. Okay, let's do it in English.
Okay.
It's fine for me. You started NPO yourself.
Yes,
with 7 years ago.
Yeah.
What were for you the main issues or main challenges you had to face? And you could say, okay, I give you a tip for all the other NPOs.
Yeah, actually, in the beginning, it was to secure funding. And in order to get money, of course, you have to work hard. You have to believe in yourself. You have to convince others. And yeah, it sounds simple, but in order to convince others, you have to be convinced yourself and always believe in what you're doing.
Is it easier to move borders or move on the top of the hill in sport, with sport, than in other?
Might not be easier. I mean, there are several ways to do that. You can cook together, you can knit together or whatever, but against the background that most of the refugees are male or young, often minors, you reach them through sports. So to my mind, sport is the ideal tool for that.
Your motto is "Together we are better." It's all
Yes.
about that. It's the union.
Yes, it's all about that. I think it's pretty simple. As everybody knows, we lack workforces and they want to work, they can work. So yeah, it would just be, sorry the word, stupid not to integrate them. Yeah, so together we're better in many ways.
Why did you choose to work for NPO?
You are mean because I already told you that I didn't choose that. And I didn't have a business plan either, to be honest, back then, because yeah, it just happened. Yeah, when I started, I didn't know where it would end up. So, but here we are.
With a big smile and so 7 years of a track. Thank you very much, Anina. You have the envelope here. So ready to announce, please go a little bit front.
So you still hold it.
Yep. Yeah. It's easier, huh?
It's easier, yeah. The winner is Girls Code 2.
Please come here. So, you are David?
Yes.
Can you introduce your team?
Yes, so my name is David. I'm the president of the association.
I'm Sahana. I'm one of the instructors for Girls Code 2.
My name is Inés. I'm also an instructor here.
Congratulations, David. You take the microphone. Please go a little bit further. That's perfect. What inspired you to start in this NGO area? Why did you choose to do that?
Out of experience, I studied myself alongside with Lara, who studied at ETH. I studied at EPFL, and we were both very marked by the fact that not a lot of women choose these studies in the first place. And you see all these quotas from all the big companies being mentioned, and I don't see how they want to fill these quotas if you look at the number of female graduating from schools here in Switzerland, but also worldwide.
What are the future goals or plans at your company?
So we explore a lot of creative content in which we can reach more girls. For instance, we collaborate with the Canton of Zurich, in which we combine dance and coding. So we try to have, for instance, sports combined with some mind exercises. We try to go to schools. We try to partner with actors which are already active in Switzerland. And so now, for now, we have been very successful in doing so.
Let's pass the microphone to your colleagues. Otherwise, they will say, "Okay, Girls Code 2, but only the male who is talking." Huh? This is not good. How do you explain that it's still so difficult to have girls going to IT?
So from my experience going through the Swiss school system, it really starts at a young age. You need to expose them to computer science, show them what it is, show them that it's fun, and also show them that it's attainable. I personally experienced a lot of situations in my schooling where little comments were made, or people that were presented were male, and it doesn't really show to women that they can obtain those goals. So we really need to encourage them and expose them at a really young age.
And my last question, how do you envision it evolving and making an even greater impact on the future?
How?
Tricky questions. No.
Yes. But at least to, I don't know, for me, that when I was 18 years old or even younger, that I would never expected that I would even get into IT. Just the fact that girls that age will have that chance is a great step. So even if it's just one girl, is huge. So the more we get, the better, I guess.
And together we are better. This was also Anina's motto. Thank you very much. Congratulations, ladies and gentlemen. Bravo. So, nous allons découvrir à présent le deuxième vertical, si on peut l'appeler comme ça. Let's discover the second track, the business track of this Venture Award ceremony. This year's business track competition registered 290 participants. 336 was the total. 290 for the business track. They compete in 5 different verticals. We spoke about it earlier. And this year, health and nutrition had the most participants. In each vertical, 3 winners. And so today, 15 startups pitched in front of the AB member to pitch about their business ID. And the AB members ranked them into first, second, and third place. And even if they are all winners, only one can attend to the grand prize, which is worth 150,000 Swiss francs. So let's start with the first vertical, finance and insurance. And we have 3 winning teams together. Let's discover who they are and what they do with this video.
We are Frigg, a Swiss fintech company. And when you think of Frigg, I would like you to think of the topic of greenwashing, because that's exactly what we're trying to fight. We provide project developers of sustainable infrastructure projects a platform to upload their assets, and we channel funding on the other side towards these projects. We adhere to very high standards of transparency, and that's exactly one of our USPs as well, where we install IoT devices on the asset and feed the data through to investors on the other side. We're excited about the journey of fighting climate change, and we hope that you will join us.
Hi, I'm Andrew Bruin from Ascentis. New regulations are requiring tens of thousands of companies to better manage and report on their ESG performance. And that's a huge burden for all of them. Our platform reduces that burden while increasing the quality of ESG data. How do we do it? We take internal, generic business documents and using sophisticated AI models, transform that into reliable, accurate ESG data. That allows all companies, regardless of their size, to measure and manage their ESG performance in a way that is simple, fast, accurate, and cost-effective.
Grape is the next generation of employee insurance. We're fully built around software and data and go way beyond insurance. We support the health of our customers' employees. Today, if someone's sick or on leave because of an accident, it comes with a painful administrative burden for our customers. If you're insured with Grape, in addition to the insurance coverage, you also get access to our digital platform, which allows you to put your leaves on autopilot, automate your claims, manage your policy online, and track the analytics of your leaves. On top of that, we're supporting you in fostering your employees' mental and physical health. At Grape, we aim to go way beyond insurance and being the #1 partner for employee health.
And for this first vertical, my pleasure to welcome Thomas Velauer, Chairman at Sixt. Please join me on stage. So, please come here. You have the envelope?
I have the envelope, mais d'abord j'aimerais vous dire comme je suis ravi d'être retour à Lausanne après tant d'années.
Voilà.
Non, mais c'est la vérité.
Bah écoutez, la plus belle partie de la Suisse romande.
Je suis tout à fait d'accord.
Thomas Velauer, who will be the winner of this first vertical this year?
And the winner is Frigg.
Congratulations to Frigg. And also congratulations to Grape and Ascenti, those other winners, Grape second and Ascenti third. A big applause for those winners also. What made the difference for the winner of this Finance and Insurance 2023 edition?
It was not an easy decision, but at the end, the team convinced us for a number of reasons. Number one, they tackle one of the existential problems of our times. Number two, they are absolutely convincing in how they lay out how they will tackle it. And number three, they manage to all the stakeholders using most modern technology from DLT to AI and IoT devices. Very convincing story.
Philippe, a very convincing story, he said. How can venture community stakeholders contribute to your mission?
I think, we are all, as you saw in the video, 10 nerds sitting in a small room. We're not very good at marketing, so just getting the message out there, I think, is a very important step. And this provides the excellent platform for it. So really appreciate it.
And what are the future plans and aspirations of Frigg?
Oh, we have very ambitious plans. I think first and foremost, we really want to partner with those two distribution channels on the one hand side and project origination partners on the other. We have quite a few already, but there cannot be enough. I think, once we all realize that climate change is not just an environmental problem, but a financial one, I think we're onto something. So, yep.
Congratulations, Philippe. You are qualified for the grand prize. Maybe we see you later. On peut l'applaudir, s'il vous plaît. It's time for us to move to the second vertical of this evening, health and nutrition. With 83 startups that submitted their business case, today 3 winners. Let's discover who they are.
I'm Nathan. I'm a co-founder of Lighthouse Tech, a company based out of Ticino. The White Cane is a trusted mobility tool for many people living with blindness and vision impairment. But there's a problem. It leaves the upper body completely exposed, so that even a tree branch can pose a serious safety threat. We're making a market-first eyewear frame with built-in obstacle detection. It maximizes style and wearability and has rock-solid functionality. While walking, the user is warned of obstacles in front of them with left-right vibration. Eyewear is the wearable of the future. We're building in accessibility from the ground up.
We are Diateris, a spin-off of University of Geneva with the goal of revolutionizing treatment of type 1 diabetes. People with type 1 diabetes, including many children, depend on daily insulin injection, with a dose that is a major worry. Most of the time, the dose is not sufficient, leading to high blood sugar, and sometimes it's too high, leading to very dangerous, deadly low blood sugar. At Diateris, we are developing a groundbreaking therapeutic solution to enable a superior control of blood sugar and at the same time with less insulin to eliminate the deadly risk of low blood sugar. This means improved therapy and better quality of life with reduced anxiety for millions of people with type 1 diabetes and also their family.
We at Metalith Therapeutics aim to revolutionize the way that medicine treats toxic metals. And we have decided to start with the most dangerous metal, lead, which is vastly distributed in our environment. We developed a novel class of compounds designed to bind and expel exclusively lead while leaving the essential metals in our body intact. Our lead candidate outcompetes the standards of care for treating lead-exposed children and adults while also showing no toxic effects. Our goal is not only to replace the standards of care and become first-in-line treatment against lead poisoning, but also be able to treat the millions of people worldwide that currently have no remedy against lead poisoning.
My pleasure to welcome on stage Roche's chairman of the board, Venture AB member since 2012, Mr. Severin Schwan. Welcome. Bienvenue à Lausanne. Même if we have to be correct, it's not Lausanne, it's Écu Blanc, just to be sure. You have the result in your envelope, Severin Schwan. It's time.
Look. And the winner is Diateris.
And a warm applause for Lighthouse Tech and MetaLed. They finished second and third. Is there maybe one unique selling point that convinced more the AB members?
Well, I should say that this project is certainly not for the faint of heart. I'm above all proud of the jury that they went for such a risky project. The reality is that this project is still at a very early stage, in preclinical stage. And you know, we have a signal in mice, basically, and we know that it's not so easy, or it will take a lot of time still and efforts to bring such a medicine then actually to patients. So it's great to see that the jury had the courage to, vote for your project. But of course, it's even greater to see that this team has embarked on this project. And there is a signal in my eyes, and that opens up the possibility, even though it's risky, to make a huge difference for literally millions of patients around the world, to control this disease in a much better way. And it's certainly worthwhile to go for that and give it a try. This is the only way how we will achieve true breakthrough innovations in the future. So congratulations, fantastic.
Thank you, Seven Schwan. He said that you are at the early stage.
Exactly.
At what stage exactly are you?
Preclinical stage now. So that is something that we brought out of the lab, like in Geneva. So it's an idea, and then it's data on mice with a very potential, to do something important for patients. Now we're receiving a lot of emails from patients and also for family, parents of kids with type 1 diabetes. That is a big drive for all the efforts that we see, in front of us. We will make it.
What is your next biggest challenge?
There are
a lot.
Lots of challenges. Something that I didn't learn in academy is that we had to make to build the informations, but we had to bring a value. So that has to be created with a right business model. It's something that we are learning, but we have a lot of support from the Swiss ecosystem, Fongit, a lot of help. Our Swiss coach Marco Rudi, and a lot of people that is working on this topic.
Giorgio Ramadori, co-founder, thank you very much and congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. It's now time to discover the third vertical, ICT, Information, Communication and Technology. ICT, plays a crucial role in today's world for several reasons: communication, access to information, economic growth, education, innovation, empowerment, and resource management. This year, 63 startups were in competition. Here are the 3 winners.
ClearSky is an EPFL spin-off specializing in the augmentation of confidential conversations, thanks to Edge AI technology, which means that we bring artificial intelligence on local embedded devices instead of relying on remote servers. We have built the smartest AI microphone on the market, which allows to turn the most sensitive meetings, such as a medical consultation or a board meeting, into structured, secure, and actionable data. We are driving a future where companies and institutions are not only owning their data, but also the AI models they train with it.
Hello, my name is Mohammad Azadifar and I am the founder of EMPass. At EMPass, we are developing a new test solution for wireless devices such as mobile phones, IoT, 5G devices, and automotive radars to test their radio frequency performance. Today, wireless devices are being tested inside anechoic chambers, which are large and expensive, and there they try to avoid all the signal reflections from the environment. But our compact solution will embrace all the reflections. We have recently successfully tested our first proof of concept, and our next stage is to engage with our customers to develop our first product.
Welcome to Bearmine. We are an EPFL spin-off based in Lausanne, and we are developing a solution to help prevent the risk of brain injuries in sports. At Bearmine, we have developed a solution based on helmet sensors and algorithms that measure impact that happen during the game, so that we can transmit information to the medical staff for them to be proactive against the risk of brain injuries. We're starting with hockey, but we aim to address other sports in the near future. As former players, we want to make a system that protects players. And this is why we are currently working on the clinical validation of our system here in Switzerland with Professional Hockey Club. And our goal is to have more clubs here in Switzerland, but also internationally in the coming seasons.
And my pleasure to welcome on stage André Kudelski, CEO of Kudelski, President of InnoSwiss. Good evening. So, we are ready.
And the winner is BeerMind.
Congratulations to BeerMind. Let me just say a word before. There are two other winners of this vertical. Congratulations to Clear Sky and AM Pass, second and third of this final. Hop, go there. You have that much. Hop, voilà, je vous laisse passer devant. It's not easy to pitch in front of AB members. What convinced the jury to choose BeerMind? BeerMind, who was also last year in the Audience Award, and you were also among the finalists of the edition.
First element, and I would say it's also a message for the two other winners, keep trying. And fundamentally, it's not just a small sprint, it's rather a marathon. And what is important is to have the passion, to have clear ideas, and to be ready to think about a business model that is making sense. Today, we see some element applied to ice hockey, but you have other opportunity to develop. And when we see the passion and the ideas, how to watch your head, if I can say like that, it's really an opportunity to develop something that can have really interesting application in a way that you are able to measure some damage, but also how to be healthier with sport. And that is something pretty interesting. But one more time, the message for the two other winners, please try to do better even in the future.
It's even more than a marathon, it's an Ironman. It's even tougher to do, to manage. BeerMind, so, wow. Mathieu Falbriard, congratulations.
Merci.
When you come to, we started with ice hockey, for example, but then you start and you ask the people, say, you could use that to prevent heavier brain injuries. How do they react? Because if you say he's injured, he cannot play.
Yeah, so that's really the first thing we try to explain is that our goal is not to take the player out of the game. It's really to make sure that he can play as long as possible, but as medically sound as possible. So it's really making sure that his career can be as long as it should be.
And they have to understand that it will help the club in the global average, but maybe not in the short term.
Exactly. It's really also investment for not that season, but the season after.
You start with hockey, but André Kudelski talked about that. There are several other possibilities in other sports.
Yeah, exactly. Our technology is made such that it's very easy to implement in any kind of helmet. So hockey today, tomorrow other sports like skiing, American football, and other markets.
Thank you very much. Congratulations, you are qualified for the grand prize. Ladies and gentlemen, merci. We have seen 9 winners so far, 9 startups. 2 vertical are missing. Let's proceed to the 4th vertical, industrials and engineering. And remember, last year, Enerdrape was in this vertical and they won the grand prize. Will it be the same? We will see. Let's discover who the 3 winners are.
At Voltiris, we offer a green energy as a service to greenhouse producers. And we do that by developing the first solar modules that are compatible with the growth of crops. What makes our solution special is that we apply a spectral filtering technology that filters out the light components. Everything that the crops require to grow, so for the photosynthesis, goes through the modules and is transmitted to the crops. And the part of the light not used by the photosynthesis process is transformed into renewable energy. And that way, the growers can make a double use of the surface of their greenhouses and gain in energy independence, profitability, and sustainability. Over time, at Voltiris, our objective is to become the energy transition partner of greenhouse growers.
Welcome to Perovskaya Solar. We are a Swiss-based cleantech startup, a spin-off of Empire Dubendorf. We provide digitally printed custom designed solar cell that works indoors as well as outdoors. Our solar cells are highly efficient in the homes and office conditions and can seamlessly integrate into any device. Currently, we are working with 15 plus customers from different segments. Our vision is to enable a solar cell on every device, making our digital lifestyle and everyday devices energy self-sufficient. Perovskite technology will power the next generation of millions and millions of devices like smartwatches, IoT sensors, and automotive components.
Hi, I'm Iria from Biosimo. Biosimo is revolutionizing the chemical industry by making essential chemicals from renewable sources. We focus on bulk chemicals with key components like acetic acid and ethyl acetate, which are crucial for the industry from pharmaceuticals to textiles. We produce them sustainably without sacrificing quality, allowing for a seamless transition. The essence of our innovation is our catalytic process. We already have available product for testing with customers, and we are scaling up our process to be able to deliver the first tons of bio-based chemicals next year.
And please welcome Patrick Mayer, CEO of Saint-Gobain Switzerland, on stage with me tonight. Bonsoir, Patrick. Good evening.
Good evening.
So, are you ready for the winner of this fourth vertical?
Absolutely ready. And just a first comment before announcing the winner. I think it's an extreme honor to me and to all the advisory board members to be part of the venture community, because in 2 days' time we face a lot of challenges in everyday business life. And I think seeing all these young entrepreneurs, starting entrepreneurs, revolutionizing and bringing solutions to today's challenges, but also to tomorrow's challenges, is a great source of energy to me. So thanks very much.
Thank you. Positive news and hope, huh?
Absolutely.
Okay, Patrick.
So first prize. The first prize goes to Biosimo.
Don't be shy. But before having a quick chat, let me congratulate the two other winners of this ceremony, Perovskite and the third, Voltiris. Congratulations. Were the three winners at the same stage of development, or was it another key that made a difference for the jury?
I think it was a really narrow race between the three presenting teams. What at the end made the big difference was that we saw a huge potential in the catalyst that you have developed, because it's really breakthrough in terms of energy efficiency, in terms of process efficiency. At the end, also in terms of environmental, so CO2 impact that you have in your process. And it's also a platform for other catalysts that you can develop. So that somehow made the difference. But what we also hope that this prize is an additional boost. I mean, you have presented a business plan which goes like 2030, so eternity. So we hope that this business plan is a boost for you to be even faster in go to market.
Thank you very much. On peut l'applaudir. Sotiria Mostru, 2030 business plan.
Yeah.
Can this help you to go faster?
We hope so. We hope so. We like to be realistic. That's why we have 2030, but we hope to be even earlier in the market.
What inspired you to start this startup?
Well, I figured I'm good at making catalysts. I was pointed out, and I thought, why don't I do it in a way that the process can also has a strong impact on the environment.
And you are qualified for the grand prize. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So one vertical is missing, and then we will have the grand prize. We have 3 winners coming from Aubonne, which is 10 kilometers from here, St. Gallen und Zug. Let's have a look what they do.
We're Viatu, a travel tech company driven to make sustainable travel accessible by unlocking beautiful destinations that to many feel unreachable right now. These same destinations are the ones that benefit the most from tourism by giving back to local communities and conservation efforts. And yet, if you ever planned your trip to Namibia or Bolivia, you know how time-consuming and overwhelming it can be. That is where we come in. At Viatu, we're leveraging technology to empower you as a traveler to be able to personalize and directly book a consciously curated trip, all in a single platform, minimizing friction, time, and cost, while maximizing impact. We invite you to explore the next frontier of travel and book your dream holidays within minutes instead of weeks, all with the confidence that it won't only be memorable, it will be meaningful.
Get and Clever is a rapidly growing gamified learning platform for preschoolers. It uses AI-powered serious games to help kids to develop basic skills for school and life, such as mathematics and literacy. But socio-emotional learning, music, and movement are also part of every lesson. Moreover, a unique parent dashboard lets parents see their child's learning progress. Get and Clever makes learning joyful, personalized, and engaged. No other preschool app has all these features. We already have more than 140,000 active users. Reaching kids in need is also a priority. Our app is always for free for refugees and families in humanitarian crisis.
Did you know that liquid soaps consist of 80% water? Water that is transported across the entire globe in single-use plastic bottles and emitting tons of CO2, just so we can then take a shower with water from our tap. This is pretty absurd, isn't it? And that's why we created NowCare. We spent 3 years rethinking the way we use and consume personal care. And the result? It's our powdered soaps, a shampoo, a body soap, and a hand soap. We've removed all the water from our formula and only kept the most effective and natural ingredients and packed them in a compostable bag. And then the magic happens, and here's how. You pour the powder into your bottle, you add tap water, you shake it up, and you have a full bottle of liquid and foaming shower gel, shampoo, or hand soap. And to get started, find our products on nowcare.ch.
And let me please welcome Dieter Franks, CEO from Swiss, on this stage. Welcome.
Bonsoir.
Bonsoir.
Bonsoir Aigu Blanc, bonsoir Lausanne.
So you take no risks.
No risk.
So you have the envelope. There are 3 winners. One will get 50,000 Swiss francs. They will be qualified for the grand prize. The other one, 20 and 10,000. Are you ready for it?
I'm ready. Are you ready? Yes. Very good. The winner is Viatu.
And congratulations to the 2 other winners of this vertical. We discovered them on the screen. Second, Cat and Cleaver, and NowCare. A big applause for them, please. On what did the jury focus for taking this decision?
Well, first of all, let me say that the 3 ventures which we had today were great. Yeah, so it was a really interesting discussion we had. And we were really focusing on making sure that Viato is making a difference, can make a difference, especially on the travel side. Complicated travel is something which basically has not been digitalized yet, and there is a potential to digitalize that process. And to do that in combination with a clear focus on sustainability is something which really pulled us over the mark. And sustainability, not just on a sustainable travel side, but to make sure also parts of the funds are coming back to local communities. And this is really a key driver which brought us to this decision.
You seem very ready to have a joint venture between Swiss and Viato.
Well, we are looking into the opportunity.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. This is good news, huh?
Yeah, that's great.
This is a great news. What does sustainable travel mean to Viato?
So, tourism is a great opportunity. I mean, yes, there's the emissions that are associated with it, but it is also a great contributor to global GDP. And we look at it from the 4 pillars, the destinations that we choose. So it is, to Peter Mauer's before, it's like the fringe communities, they really can benefit from if the tourism dollars can really contribute to the empowerment of local communities and conservation efforts. So we also then ensure that the partners that we bring on board, really most of the money stays in the destinations, and we put criteria that is also on our website so the consumers have more awareness of what they're choosing.
Why do you start with African destinations?
Because that is where our experience is. So my co-founders, they also scale one of Africa's biggest travel agencies. So we know the ecosystem, and that is also where there's a huge opportunity to contribute. During the pandemic, for example, there was increased poaching as well because tourism no longer was active. So there's really a lot to be done there.
Barbara Buchel, co-founder of Viato, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Bravo,
Thank
félicitations.
you.
Thank you. So we have 2 winners to announce. There is one Business Track Audience Award, and it's time to announce the Business Track Audience Award. And to decide who will win this Business Audience Award track, please take your phone again a second time this evening, and let's discover who the company are.
There are solutions to today's challenges. The venture competition rewards the most innovative projects, and today it's your turn to vote for the Audience Award. 5 startups compete to win 10,000 francs. Go to venture.ch/vote and vote for one of these startups. Biosimo, decarbonized chemical products for a more sustainable industry. Dieteris, reducing risks for diabetics by controlling blood sugar. Mavuno, satellites to improve harvests in Africa. StreamOcean, underwater cameras to monitor biodiversity. Zizania, beauty products made from upcycled plants. Go to venture.ch/vote and vote for one of these startups.
And you have still 60 seconds to vote. You will have a QR code appearing on the screen. As soon as the QR code is on the screen, we can go on with the 5 candidates for this Business Track Audience Award. You have 60 seconds to vote. It's quite easy. You take the QR code and you can decide in between Biosimo, sustainable chemicals for a greener future, Dieteris, reducing risk for diabetics, Mavuno, empowering African farmers, StreamOcean, real-time marine life monitoring, and Zizania, handmade natural Swiss clean beauty. Who will receive the 10,000 Swiss francs? Who will receive this kick to develop their idea in this Business Track Audience Award? You have still 30 seconds to decide who you want to see winning this 10,000 Swiss francs. Did you made your choice? Seems that 1 or 2 are still on the phone. You have 15 seconds left to decide who will win this 2023 Business Track Audience Award edition. Great, it's finished. You can leave the phone on the side. Just time for us to collect the results. And then I'm waiting the sign from Lisa, who helped me also to organize all this beautiful event. Thank you so much for your help, Lisa and Leah. It is always very appreciated. And it's always appreciated to have you here in the Suisse Romande, of course, as Martin Vetterli said it before. It will be in a couple of seconds time for me to announce the winner of this Business Truck Audience Award in the name of RTS. You have it already, Lisa? Oh, this is perfect. Merci beaucoup. So in the name of RTS and my director, Pascal Critin, it's a pleasure to announce the winner of this Business Truck Audience Award. It's a special partnership between Venture and RTS, the Swiss French-speaking national television. 5 candidates, and the 5 AD members did it very well. I hope I will do it also good enough not to make a mistake. I'm able to do a mistake, you know that. Huh? Audience Award Business Truck winner this year for this 2023 Venture edition is Zizania. Félicitations. Comme ça, vous pouvez m'aider un petit peu, parce que j'en ai un petit peu plein les mains. How did you convince the public to vote for you in the audience, but also before?
I think with 4 competitors of this quality, it was really, really hard. But our concept really relies on building a community, getting very close to customers and convince them how our cosmetics are better, how we really source plants from our farm. And I think we have this community and they voted for us.
What are the next objectives?
We currently see quite strong growth in Switzerland, so we're trying to consolidate this, and we hope that soon we can test markets beyond our borders.
I have a strange question maybe, but zizania, when you say it in French, la zizanie, it's a bit a big mess, you know?
Exactly.
Why did you choose this name?
We use plants that are recycled from seeds. So we harvest seeds and the rest of the plants is recycled into cosmetics. And we believe that we can sow a little discord in the comfortable cosmetics industry and show that we can make better things.
And you do it with a big smile. Tulipan Soliga, co-founder, thank you very much. Congratulations. Merci beaucoup. So, there is one prize remaining, but what kind of prize? 150,000 francs. It's the biggest one. It's the most prestigious one. It's definitely a special moment in this competition. The winners of the 5 verticals that you saw pitched again in front of the advisory board members a couple of hours ago. 5 startups, but only one will receive the grand prize award worth 100,000 Swiss francs. Let me ask all the winners of the vertical to join me on stage. You have finance and insurance, health and nutrition, ICT, industrials and engineer, retail and consumer service. A big applause for all the 5 winners of the vertical. Please join me on stage so that we have everybody. We have Viatu. You can make some warmer applause. I'm sure you can do that. Biosimo. Diateris, sure that we don't forget anybody. Frigg, where are they? They're here. And the last one, just to control that we are right. Openverse. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it's a very special moment now. And for this very special moment, I have to ask Martin Vetterli to come back on stage with me. You have the envelope. And this moment is very special. Very special.
Very good.
Martin Vetterli.
Thank you so much. So the winner is Biosimo.
Very well done. Well done. Very nice. You can stay. This is a special moment. Stay with me, Martin.
I just want to congratulate the runner-ups. Well done. Bien joué. Congratulations.
Yes. This time is very special for them. For sure, we understand it very logically. Martin Vetterli, please go a little bit in front so we are in the lights. Martin Vetterli, to choose a startup that is already a winner of a vertical and that made a difference in the category where they were competing. It's tough. It's very tough. What do you use as a criteria of decision in that situation?
Well, it's the smartness of the crowd. There were lots of people in the room. There was a vote. There was a consensus. You guys won. It was a narrow win, I have to say. It was a narrow win, which shows the quality of the competition tonight. There were, all of you, all that were here actually on stage tonight are fantastic seeds for great startups. In the end, I think what made the difference, I'm trying to read, in the minds of my 17 colleagues, is that you have something very original. It has something that has impact beyond just being a business. It has also a positive impact on, key issues like sustainability, CO2, and so on. I think that probably made the difference.
The potential is huge. Is this also?
I think the potential is huge. I'm not from the chemical field, but there were some specialists from the chemical field in the room, also in the first round. There is a long tradition actually of chemical industry in Switzerland. It was sort of lost a little bit. This goes back to a tradition where I think Switzerland is very, very strong. I don't have to say that ETH is very strong on that field. You know it, right? You studied there. And so it's also back to the roots. I said in the discussion, I said I like deep tech companies. And that's an example of a deep tech company. You work on a hard problem, you find something very original, and then you have the courage to go out and have real impact. Congratulations again.
Congratulations. Thank you very much, Martin Vetterli. How do you feel?
I didn't expect it, so I'm just surprised and happy. And yeah, thank you.
You didn't expect that, but you are convinced. You said you have a business plan until 2030. You are totally convinced of what you are doing. And why didn't you expect that?
I think that chemistry is a little bit of a difficult concept to explain. And as an engineer myself and being in academia for quite a few years, I think it's a harder job for a scientist to explain. But I guess I explained it well for the people that were not scientists and not chemists, so yeah.
And what does it mean, having 150,000 for a startup in the early stage? What does this mean for you? And for your partners, which are on stage?
It means that we can keep going and pushing and trying to bring this even earlier than, the business model. I hope it goes for many, many years, because it is chemicals, but we can bring it even faster to the market. And we can make a difference, maybe starting tomorrow.
I hope so. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the grand prize of this 2023 edition, Biosimo. Bravo. Bravissimo. Congratulations. So we will finish this award ceremony with all the other 4 vertical winners. Congratulations. I imagine you would have been in the same situation, but keep on going, keep on innovating, keep on pushing the limits. Congratulations. Please, a big applause for them. Let me still say thank you to all the sponsors. Uli Loza, you were talking about 44 sponsors that are making this event possible. Stay tuned. The next submission kickoff next year will be on the 1st of October. The submission deadline will be in March. So please do not hesitate. Bear in mind you went 2 times. This time you cannot go a 3rd one, but it's an example that you can succeed if you come a 2nd time back. And the next event will be in Zurich, yes, where everything started. Take and save the date. It will be June the 17th. You made a lot of nice compliments to ETH. I hope that ETH will do the same for EPFL next year. We will see what Joel Mezzo.
That's why I did it.
you did it perfectly well. Thank you very much. Merci beaucoup de nous avoir suivis. Merci d'avoir été présent, d'avoir été patient. Il y a un petit quart d'heure vaudois de retard. Je m'excuse. Je vais me faire taper sur les doigts. Thank you very much. It's time to have apéro just outside, and I hope to See you next year. Bye-bye.